Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Try to make sure I hear myself. There you go. All right, all right. Come on in, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is your boy, the Crime Chaser. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Hopefully, I can hear you. 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, 1 2. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. All right, people. I love being black. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That's right. You already know what it is.
What is it?
Live, uncut, unedited. All right, come on in, people. Had a busy day today. Want to talk about crime a little bit, crime in the suburbs. You know, it seems like the suburbs don't nothing go. I tell you. All right. All right, people. Well, let's get it going on. Loud and clear. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Monique, Keena Nicole, Colbert Shackford. Okay. All right. Tommy Bates. All right. Clear. Okay. Where is the YouTube link? It's not on YouTube. It should be on YouTube. It should be on YouTube. I should be on YouTube. It's on there. Oh, the YouTube link for the crime. Oh, you know what? I don't sometimes like when I do the Facebook Live, I could link it to YouTube. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start streaming from YouTube and Facebook Live at the same time when I'm doing a crime scene. You know, I'm gonna start doing that. Sorry about that. Sharice, all right. Vicky Gavin, all right. All right, Miss Torman. All right, Barbara Ray. Let's get it on. Sylvia Stone, what's going on? All right. Felicia Cheney. Joel Smith. Nisha Thomas Taylor. Okay. Brother John, being me. All right. Marie Cunningham. Hey, Marie. Ella Clark. All right. Andre. Popping the bottles. Gordon. Okay. Billy Kinslow. All right. You guys can share the video. Let's share the video. We're going to talk about crime in the suburbs because lately the suburbs been jumping off today. I mean, it's been jumping off. Not that crime never happens in the suburbs. It happens everywhere. So we want to talk about that too as well. Yeah, we want to talk about that. Crime in the suburbs. Crime in the suburbs. That's what we want to talk about. So come on in, people. I need you guys to share the video. Share this video. That would be lovely. 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 All right. Share this video. Need you guys to share it. All right. Share the video. Share the video. Crimes in the suburbs. And I'm quite sure a lot of us live in the suburbs. And it be going down in the suburbs. We know it be going down in the suburbs. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. I'm going to shout out some more names. And we're going to get the rolling. We're going to get the rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. Give us some updates of what's going on in the crime world. You know, we don't just do crime. We just do more than crime. This is not a one-dimensional page, even though I am the crime chaser. But black people are not just about crime. We got a lot of other little things that's going on too. Well, big things going on. I don't want to say little. Big things. Okay. Let's get the show. We know we had a shootout yesterday in Hazelcrest. And I'm hearing in Lansing, a couple people got shot at Walmart again. I mean, it's going down, people. The South suburbs is going down. South suburbs is being targeted. All right, that's all I'm gonna put out there. All right, let's get started. Let me get the show on the road. All right, Jermaine Maxwell, what's going on? Jerry Dixon, what's up, my bro? Sherry Lindsay. All right, Debbie Liggins, Jabuski Jones. My buddy Eddie. What up, Eddie? Hamer. Yeah. I love being black.
I love being black.
All right, my life in the shy. Donald Washington, what's up, my bro? Man, South Suburbs, man, off the chain, bro. Off the chain, man. We're gonna jump right into it. Jerry Dixon, Elaine, Miss Elaine, Meredith, Belly, man, Mohammed, man, it's off the chain. Keena Nicole, Leslie Brown, what's up, Leslie? All right, Marcia Jackson. It's been a lot going on. Ronnie Johnson in the building. Ronnie been with me the last couple of days. He hanging on in there. Key, I was at Keith. I'm just gonna say Keith. I won't get his name wrong. All right, let's get to rolling. John, what's up, man? All right, let's get to rolling. We got enough people on here. Let's get to rolling, people. We're gonna start by doing this first. Screen sharing, and we're gonna go to the Facebook, man. Listen, it's going down, people. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's hit it. Man, this is what happened to
our van right there. Yeah. I know you're a kid. Yeah, yeah. I know you're a kid. He'll be out tomorrow.
He'll be out tomorrow. All right. This is what happened. Okay, well, let's go for the beginning a little bit.
All right, people, live uncut, unedited. Live right here at Elsa. Right here, 147 right off Pulaski.
It's actually Kezi. I'm sorry, people. I'm so frantic.
Live uncut, unedited. Sure. Live uncut, unedited, people.
Chase. Live in crime scene, people. He wasn't in that vehicle.
Live uncut, unedited, people. 147 right off Kezi.
It's right here. This happened today.
Live uncut. It was Chase. Markham police.
All right, let's go up a little bit more.
The criminal ran inside there. You don't know if he got a gun or not.
I was telling me young babies.
Live uncut, unedited.
They went inside and got him up out there.
147 right here, people. In Kezi. Okay, you just gotta wait. Just wait, okay, till the cops come out of there. 147. Right. Live uncut, unedited, people. Live uncut, unedited.
All right, y'all see what's going on here.
Live uncut. Look at this, people. He ran inside the Sharks over there, jumped out. I think that minivan right there. Yeah. I know you're a kid. Yeah, yeah. I know you're a kid. He'll be out tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. Live uncut, unedited, people. Right here, live uncut, unedited. South Suburb.
Check it out, people. This is live on.
You got a cop behind you, sir. All right.
This is South Suburb, people.
Yeah.
This is imposing.
Yeah.
This type of imposing. And everybody know that posing.
Yeah. I heard it. I was sitting at the light right there. I seen her.
Westwood.
Live, uncut, unedited, people. Those just tuned in. There was a high-speed chase out here in the South Suburbs. I think we're imposing right now. I guess the Markham police got here. They say he ran inside the bathroom. They got the K9 units and everything. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. It's live, uncut, unedited. It's a kid. Say he ran inside the bathroom beside that. Let's say there he is, right there, people, right there. Right there. Live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut, unedited.
There he is.
They say he wasn't by himself.
Live, uncut, unedited. This guy responsible for driving a car.
I should have had this where your teenagers are. Do you know where your teenagers are?
Man, look at all this damage he done.
A lot of damage. Now, you guys, I need you guys to call in 872-299-0808. Call in 872-297-6389. Call in. Call in, people.
Live uncut. They caught him.
Call in. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the crime that happened yesterday at Walmart, the shootout. We're going to talk about this tonight. Crimes in local suburbs. I got a call.
They crashed into this.
Come on, call 872.
One ran inside Walgreens.
299-0808. You got to call the people. This is what happened. That's the vehicle he was driving. All right, caller, hold on. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you 3544. 3534. Okay, we're going to pause it right here. Oh, she hung up. Yeah, he hung up.
It's live uncut on there. Walgreens open now. You can go to Walgreens now. Yeah.
All right.
Live uncut. Right here, 147 kids were shocked. It was a high-speed chase. High-speed chase. High-speed chase. Live uncut unedited.
We got 2 more callers. And listen, people, let's stop making excuses. We have to hold our youth accountable. We have to hold the parents accountable.
I don't know if they're juvenile or not.
Because if somebody was in that
restaurant,
standing at the counter, it could have cost them their life.
In a public space. It's live uncut unedited.
All right, caller. I'm going to let you go. 4154. Come on real quick, caller. 41.
Hey, Warren, how you doing?
Yeah, what you got to say?
I just got to say there's nowhere safe. No suburbs is not safe. Nowhere's not safe no more.
Yeah. Sharks people, y'all see it. Live uncut unedited.
And nowhere safe no more, right?
Nowhere safe no more, right?
Okay. Are you in the city or the suburbs? Just asking.
I'm in the city.
In the city. Now, you heard of this. You said, no, there's nowhere safe no more. We're going to go back to the video in a minute, people. We're going to go back to the video in a minute. I got 2 more callers. Hold it, sister. I believe it's Sarge, 912 area code. Now, don't go nowhere, 912. Come on, Sarge.
I'm not.
912.
What's going on?
Man, what's your take on this, Sarge? Crimes in the suburbs, man. Come on, man. You
well,
see it, man. You said everybody's
he be out of jail tomorrow?
Yeah.
You already know that. Well.
Why? Because
2 of my favorite people for right now, you and Donald Washington. I'm like, man, the both of you fellas, man, y'all my 2 favorite streamers from the crib.
Okay. So
you got all that going on. They're trying to hit doggone Brinks trucks and this and that, and they don't understand. Now you gonna bring the FBI into it. See, FBI and local PD.
Mm-hmm.
Keep playing if you want to, playing with them federal officers. See, thinking it's a game out here.
So hold it right there, Sarge. 35, 34. Come on, caller. 35, 34. Come on, caller. You're live, uncut, unedited.
What's going on, Mark?
What's going on? What you got to say about this, bro?
Man, listen here, man. I blame the parents, man.
Okay.
It starts from the household.
Okay.
These parents know where their kids at, man, out here doing all this crazy stuff, but they don't care.
Mm-hmm. What if they're afraid of their sons and daughters?
Afraid? Yeah. I got a daughter myself, Martin. I ain't gonna never be afraid. I'm gonna teach her to do better. Parents don't care.
Well, what you think should be done then, man? It's something. It's
out of hand now. Like you say, they scared of. They done got a little older. They out here doing what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if it started at an early age, it wouldn't be like this.
Okay. Hold it right there. Let me go to the next caller. Just don't go nowhere. 0152. Come on, caller. What you have to say about this? Come on, caller.
Well, Martin, where did this happen at? This looks like a familiar area.
167th and Kesey.
Oh, wow.
and I was at the light. And I seen it out the side of my eye. And I seen the car speed up and go up in the thing. Then they hit, boom. Then I made a U-turn and went inside the lot. And I caught it just right. Man.
Kind of like what I was when I was coming down Halsted. I seen a high-speed chase. This was a few weeks ago. And I was about to turn, but I sat for a second. And that's when I noticed it. Police was chasing a van. And they were flying. It's these parents. It's a combination of things. Some of these kids don't want to work, and some of them are too young to work, and it's a thrill to them. And until they pay for their consequences, until stiffer laws are put into place, like somebody said, I think Sarge said, they don't want to play with the FBI. The FBI is a different horse compared to the local police. He ain't joking. And they're gonna come up with something, and we're gonna be on your show saying they too harsh. But something has to be done. They can kill innocent people. People have been killed. You could be going along your day, and some idiot decides they want to steal somebody's car and flee from the police and kill you, and they get off scot-free and go jack somebody else and do it again. So something needs to be done. I don't care how young they are. They need to pay for their consequences. Back in the day, if me and you got caught riding a stolen car, we did some years, even if we wasn't driving it.
Hold it right there, Marcus. I'm going to come back to you. 7956, 7956.
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Hey, Nate, bro. That's brother
This
Nate.
This Nathan.
Yeah, hey, Nate.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to just say hello to you, hello to Marcus. You guys been doing an excellent job.
Thanks.
And we need more men like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
First off, I want to start off by saying that these kids, they're being babysat too much. They have too much time on their hands. No discipline in the home. Nobody watching them to tell them not to do anything. They just out here running them up and doing what they want to do. When I was a kid, I had to come in the house when the street lights came on.
Mm-hmm.
And these kids, they're doing things that we wouldn't even think about doing. Parents need to be parents and stop being their kids' friends. That's the problem.
Let me ask you a question. Can you give us a solution? What would you do if you was in charge, if you had to make some changes on this, as far as accountability, children holding children accountable and their parents? What would you think? What would you do?
Well, the first thing I would do is have meetings with the parents, get all the parents together and just have a community meeting and say, hey, if the kids are out here doing all these types of things, let's put them in some type of a program, mentoring program, boot camp programs, teach them some morals, some values, some disciplines.
Okay.
That would be the first thing.
Okay. Hold it right there. 6112. Come on, caller.
Hey, everybody. What's up, Mark?
Hey,
are you asking what we would do? That's the question. What would we do?
Well,
if we
that's
had
not
control?
the question. But I'm just, he was saying something. I just asked him a question. My question is, well, actually, my thought is, what's your take of this? What should we do about these young people that we say the teenagers stealing cars, doing all that? What's going on? I mean, these are our babies. What can we do?
Mm-hmm.
What can we do? That's the question I want.
Well, Mark, one thing that I could just speak on basically what I do from experience, and maybe that'd be helpful for listeners or maybe encouraging to someone. But you know me personally, being a business owner and everything, I must tell the truth that in the past, when I got back to Chicago, you know what I'm saying, adjusting and going through the situation, still being young in my mind, I was different from the streets, but I had all them shorties around me that's out there in that same mentality off the pills, drugs. They was around me. It's like they had nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? So they way of hanging around, as long as they were together, they had their gun, whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as we got to the point where we got our eyes off of them, now they going out there and they bored and they stealing cars, they doing this and they doing that. But in my mind, you know, I was still, you know what I'm saying, in a trap. So one of the ways that we got them to stop getting locked up and take the havoc off of them and darn and killing themselves was put them in a trap. That's what we knew. That's why we did it. Not saying that's the right thing to do. That's just what we knew, and that's why we did it. And they was able to make money. So now you've seen them sitting up there and doing their thing in the trap, and they making all this money, saving it up. Now they buying their own cars. Now I understand that we put them in a situation that it made to a lot of people seem like it wasn't no good example. But remember, they went from stealing cars to now saving up and buying their own cars. Just, you know, now
you gotta wind it down, Red. I got another caller, man.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Right, I understand. Now I own companies. Those same kids that get tired of them getting in trouble, probation, you know what I'm saying? I deal with probation officers. I sit up there and build a relationship with the kids. I write letters. I give them community service. I give them jobs. I put money in their pocket. Just imagine if we was the magnitude of people and businesses that cared enough to do all that and just build a relationship with these kids. So they come running to you. You have relationships of conversation with them every day. But what are you doing with it? So that's the question. What do you do with the time that you have with the kids? Not blaming the parents and stuff. No, you can be a example to these kids. And that's what we all need to just continue to do. We need to sit up there and grab them as good examples for them and save as many as we can, because it is out of control. Okay. But we can't complain and don't do nothing. That's the problem. And we complain and a lot of people not doing nothing.
All right, hold it right there. Next caller, 4240. Come on. Then I'm going to go back up. 4240. Come on, caller.
Hey, Mark.
How you doing?
You know what? I feel like I don't like it when people always say it's the parents, because your kids can act one way in front of the parents and get out in the street behind their parent back and do something different. Because I'm a single mother and I raised my son right, but I would never say what he is doing in the street. But he's a grown man now. He got a good job. But mom said, remember when you used to whoop your kids? Then they got it where the kids could call the police on you for whooping them and you get in trouble. It's like the city took control of it. So they getting what they want. You know, what white people go, Johnny, go sit in the corner. Black folks will whoop their kids and discipline them. So now it's, you can't whoop your kids. You know, and these kids is out of here.
Now let me ask you a question. I agree with you, but you can discipline your child. You just can't abuse it. You can do that, though. You can do that. I think you can't whoop your child. You can't just leave no marks on them. So that you know, and I think when we say that all the time, somebody making noise. Who's making all that noise?
It's not me.
Okay, thank you. I sound like an old man. Who's making all that noise? All right. We can't beat the children, though. They, you know, we can't beat them. And I know a lot of us are afraid of to whoop them this way, and they know that too. They know that's why they get away with murder and do a lot of bad things. So, but I didn't mean to cut you off. That's what I want. You can go ahead, sister. I'm sorry.
I would never be afraid to whoop my child. I would put him in the hospital. When I kept telling him to quit doing what he was doing, and he wouldn't, I wore him out. But that's my child. Nobody gonna tell me I can't whoop him. But these kids today doing what they want to do, and the police catch them and they let them go. Make them pay the crime for what they doing.
Okay.
Take the time. Don't put it on the parents and say, "Oh, well, you gonna go to jail. Your kid don't keep doing this. If your kid don't go to school, you going to jail." No, discipline them kids. Put them in jail.
Okay. Somebody said my volume.
You out here robbing, killing.
Hold on, sister. Somebody said my
Put
volume.
them in jail.
Hold on one second. Somebody said my volume is low. Let me do something real quick. I'm sorry, people. All right, let me just fix this real quick. Somebody said my volume is low. I'm sorry. Let's see. All right. Let me just stop this and turn it up. Okay. Now I hope that's better. Go ahead, my dear sister. Go ahead.
But that's what I'm saying. These kids know they could get away with doing anything. They're not gonna have to pay no time in jail for it.
Okay. Let me go to the next call. Okay, thank you. You can hold on. 2742.
Okay, thank you.
2742.
Okay, so I feel like this, that everybody lives like in a fairy tale. Like, I feel that crime has always been around, but social media is messing up people's minds, the kids and adults. Like, everybody lives in a fantasy world, and everybody's trying to become famous. So everybody's just doing any and everything to become famous. Because you got to look at it like this. All the crimes that these kids commit, they don't care. All they care about is getting likes. Like the parents, all they care about getting likes. Everything is about exposure. People ain't even caring about the consequences of anything. Even when it comes to a crime scene, people hoping to see views of things. It's like people have no feelings. They are dead to feelings. So whooping a child is not going to do anything if that child is numb. The parents are numb because everybody wants to be famous. And I hate to say it, but social media has messed up a lot of people's minds. It has tore people apart. It tore families apart. It tore relationships apart. It's tearing, even worse, the communities apart. Because everybody want to be famous for something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you saying now, do you agree that some of the parents should be held accountable?
I do, but it's like their kids themselves. Their mentality is like a child itself.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, what would be a punishment you think we could put in place for these parents for their children's action?
You know, well, you have some parents that say my job is important, but how your job important, but your kid is unruly. So it's like your kids have to face consequences. So do you too. Because your job couldn't be that important if your kid is wreaking havoc. And I really believe they know what these kids doing, because the kid don't have a job. How are they able to afford certain things? They don't care. Because remember, I told you that they care about getting likes on Facebook. Like, everybody want to be famous on Facebook or Instagram. I guarantee you, a lot of the young teenagers that commit crimes, when you see their parents or you look on their parents' page, you just be like, wow, look at the child parents. So what do you expect from a child?
Okay. Now, again, let me, I know I let you talk a little long. Let me just say this. Again, y'all remember when I said back in a little while ago that now, if you can, as a parent, if you can take credit for your sons and your daughters for being straight A students on the varsity team, volleyball, football, basketball, great academics, but you can't take credit for them getting pregnant or them fighting the school teacher, the bad things. So you just can't erase all the bad things that your teenagers are doing, then just accept all the good things. You got to accept both. You have to accept both. So my point is, I'm saying, why as parents, we do that. We do it. We do it. Why?
I think that's human behavior. I don't even believe as parents. I believe people, like, okay, if you speak the truth about somebody else, sit there and say you judging them, when they know the thing is, you just call them out on BS. People don't like to see themselves in an unpretty face. They don't like to see themselves as a bad person at all. And they could be a bad person, but they don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Hey, Martin, can I ask something that I know you can relate to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you know we in the same age peer group. Remember when we were little? And our parents was like, don't play with them kids.
Mm-hmm.
Remember them kids? Their parents didn't give a damn about them.
Right.
Now you 56, I'm 60. Them same ones that grew up with us don't give a damn. It's generational.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, that's what people are missing out on, Martin. When you and I were little kids, we couldn't play with Wayne. No, you can't be. Because see, our parents knew what type of family they came from.
Mm-hmm.
See, and they didn't want that to rub off on us. All that ended now. But then you got those. See, those that raised Wayne. Now Wayne got kids. He didn't whatever or Tamika, just to throw names out there. And now you got Krayshawn and such out here doing the most.
Yeah.
It's generational, Martin.
Right, it is. Let me hit back on Marcus. Marcus, now before you come, you next. I want to say this, people. Are there any solutions out here outside of jail? Now, if I'm talking about for minors, teenagers, that's what I'm talking about. Now, I'm talking about adults. When I say minors, 17 and under. 17 and under. Okay, go ahead,
What
Marcus.
about scared straight programs?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. They don't have any of those intervention programs anymore.
But it could take some gas
fund that.
through the community, have a van or a truck and say, hey, I'm going to take y'all up to Statesville or somewhere, let y'all just see where y'all going to end up. They ain't got to even go on a place.
But see, like when Martin and I were in high school, we had home economics, we had checking team, we had chess team, we had band. Okay. We had a lot of extracurricular activities. Sarge, they don't have that for these children anymore.
Sarge, let Marcus come in. I promise him come in. Go ahead, Marcus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Marcus.
First of all, I don't think we dealing with a different breed of kids now. A breed of kids who do not fear their parents. They don't fear their parents. They don't fear God. They don't fear law enforcement. So I don't think scared straight gonna do any good because they're smart enough to know that they're in this program and that they're gonna go home. They're not gonna stay in them jail cells. They're going home. It's a field trip to them. So bringing them into the prison and the guys acting all tough, they really can't treat them like they would treat another prisoner if they was in prison because they're kids and this is a program. The problem is these kids' minds are messed up, and some of their parents messed up their minds. And if not the parent, some older adult that was in their household, or the parent not being around their kids, they at work and they feel their child is a teenager. I'm gonna give them some space. I ain't gonna be too strict like the parents that I had was strict, right? So. These kids are smart. They know that if you take them to a jail, they're coming home. That's not gonna scare them. They got too many rights. I dare you put them out there on the highway in the hot sun on the chain gang. If that don't change them, I don't know what will. Reality check. Depending on their crime now, I believe that if you kill somebody innocent, you should never walk free because they ain't walking free. They in a grave or in an urn because of your stupidity and your bad decision. You get a second or third chance. They don't get a second chance in life. You only in this life once on this earth, as far as we know. You dead forever, but you're alive for a short term.
That's right.
And for somebody to take your life over a car that you own, over your money, and they get a second chance and say, I was young and dumb and I didn't understand. But the person you killed won't never get a second chance. And the family that you shattered, that leaves an empty hole in that mother or father's heart, will never be filled. You can tell them to pray all day long, but it will never be filled. There are kids who lost their mothers, not due to natural death, but because another kid pulled out a gun and decided to shoot at an op down the street, but instead of hitting their op, they hit somebody's mother or father who was innocent. So they should be locked up. They should not be allowed to walk on the soil because God gonna get them. And y'all think God gonna be nice to them. God made Cain a restless wanderer. He didn't kill him, but he made him suffer while he was on this earth for what he did to Abel.
Hey, Marcus, hold it right there. Let's take this call. I'll let you go. You want to say something, sister?
I'm just going to hang up and listen.
Okay. All right. You can call back if you want to. The caller.
Okay.
Did the caller hang up? 41. I think that caller hung up. I had him on hold too long, I think. No, was it? Let's see. 4154. Go ahead. I think I did you. Go ahead. 4154. Go ahead. Caller hung up. Go ahead, 4154. She hung up. All right, we got another call, 7956. People, y'all got to hold on. Listen, when you call, you're going to hear a prompt, okay? It's going to tell you what to do. Follow instructions, okay? You're going to hear my voice. It's going to tell you what to do before you come on live. All right. We got another caller. Let's try to get this new caller right here. 7956. Probably still going through the prompts. 7956. Come on, caller.
Hey, Mark, this is me, Nathan.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we need to start the family structure in the household. And what I mean by family structure, I'm talking about we have to be careful who we have our children by. Because the children are a reflection of us. And we have to set a positive example for our children and watch what we do around our children and don't let our kids see everything that we do. My dad has a saying, be better than me. Don't be like me. Be better than me. And I try to teach that to my daughter. Be better than me. Don't do what I do. Be better than me. Be a better example for your children. And when the kids are out here seeing everything that you do, whether it's out here in the street acting a fool, then they're going to want to do it because they're going to say, well, Mama, Daddy, you doing it. Why can I do it? So it has to start from the family structure in the household.
Okay. Hold it right there, Nate. We got a new caller. 872 area code. Come on, caller. 872 area code. Come on, caller.
Just me, Brother Robert.
Hey, Brother Robert, how you doing? Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to jump in this topic. Well, I guess what Marcus was saying about the kids killing, it's actually in the Bible where it says, thou shalt not kill. So in that, you already broke a commandment when you kill someone.
Okay.
It's a command. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you didn't cut me off. Go ahead.
But yeah, because the way my mama raised me, so I wouldn't get no trouble. I went to church every Sunday. Every Sunday I went to church.
Somebody playing house music in the background.
Robert, somebody, yeah.
No, he got something in his background.
Yeah, he got
something. It's a bad echo, Martin.
No, that's on Robert, not on my part. That's on Robert. Robert, hang up and call back.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. All right, listen, okay.
All right, listen, okay.
7956. Put your phone on mute.
Okay.
Put your phone on mute. All right. You still listen. All right, Robert, call back. Now, listen, let me just say this, people. Crimes are in the south suburbs now. In the last couple of days, we had something happen. Today we had something happen in Lansing. It's at Walmart. Somebody said it was some type of robbery. I know a couple people probably got shot or something. Yesterday, we had an armored truck robbery at Walmart in Hazelcrest, also on Route 30th at the bank, at U.S. Bank. So I think it's Lincoln Highway. So it's a lot going on, people. Now, I don't know if it was teenagers or not. I don't know. I don't know. But the suburbs aren't safe anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, if you live in the suburbs, the likelihood of certain things that happen in the city probably won't happen out here in the suburb as much. That's what I'm saying. Now, what you witnessed today on my live, imposing a young man, most people say you're a teenager. He might have been a teenager. I don't know. But that was dead wrong. Now, who's going to pay for that car that he stolen? I don't even know if he was the driver. He could have been the passenger. We don't know that because we wasn't there when he jumped out the car. You know, we don't know. So I want to go back to this. Somebody on this live, I need somebody to give me some solutions. What can we do? What can we do to lower the numbers of carjacking, lower the numbers of shootings and bank robberies and armored car robberies? What can we do? What can we do?
Them jobs.
Okay, go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, we can offer them jobs.
Okay.
And probably have some mentoring programs. Because I know my church is getting ready to start up the Black Boy Literacy Program Phase 2.
Okay.
But Mark, can I say
this Sunday?
Yeah, go ahead, Marcus.
That's a solution, but a lot of the kids that's out here doing it, they don't want to work. They don't want to go to no mentoring program. They're getting a thrill out of doing what they're doing. So we need to ask those kids that's getting that thrill, what's fun about putting a gun to somebody's head, beating a 70-year-old man or woman, robbing them for everything that they have, taking their car and then going on a high-speed chase with the police and ended up in a Sharks or at a bus stop or killing somebody. We need to ask them what is so fun about that. Because you can offer them a job. It's jobs out here right now, more than what it was back in the 90s. You got truck driving schools looking for people to teach them how to drive trucks. You got all these jobs out here, and yet these kids still choose to do what they're doing. That is the solution. But if the horse don't drink the water, what else is it for the horse to do but die? Because the water will save them. Get you a job, get you a business. They know how to jack cars. Some of them know how to use the computer to get in cars. How about going working for that car company? When a person get locked out of their car, you get paid to get them back in their car instead of taking their car. But again, a lot of these kids are doing this. They're not the kids who want the jobs. They're not the kids who's going to show up at the church for the mentoring program. They want to do what they're doing. And I'm sorry to sound so negative, but the solutions is right in front of us, been there for the longest. These kids just they're not taking the bait.
Sarge.
Hey, that is very true as it is not taking the bait. Okay. You can have all of the mentorship programs in the world. If the children did not come from a stable background at home and they were given a desire for success as they grow, you know, it's like you beating your head against the wall trying to reach them, you know, because the parents are the first teachers of the children. Now, we're talking about a thing that's been going on, a generational thing here. See, so mentor programs are good. Employment opportunities, they're good too. All of this stuff is good. But if they were not given any type of desire to succeed in life, you're basically fighting against their upbringing. And that's a fight more than likely you're not going to win.
Boy, let me ask you a question. Somebody said ban videos and let me see, what did they say? They said ban video. Is it an echo, you guys? I want to make sure. Let me know because I can fix it.
No, I don't hear one now.
Okay.
That you dropped the volume.
Okay. Okay. All right. Somebody just text me something. All right. Now, let me just say this, people. I want to say this. Let's get real serious. Now, most of us on this live that I know of is probably over 25. There might be some shorties watching this, sitting with their parents. We don't know. I'm just assuming. Now, I hear us talking. Some of us said lock them up, get the parents. I didn't hear anybody say, what about the system? Does the system have anything to do? Has a part to play in the different behaviors that we see in the Black community?
Yeah, they do.
Well,
They've taken everything from the Black community.
Okay.
And these kids see this and they're frustrated and they're angry and they're powerless into doing anything about it because they have not been taught the power that they have. I said it to you, Martin. When the young teenagers come into City Hall, they don't have to be cursing or doing none of that. If they come in that lobby of City Hall, young Black teenagers, the carjacking teenagers, the nerdy teenagers, all type of teenagers, if they come in that city building, it's going to be some legislation passed to benefit the Black community. If they come to Springfield, they don't have to come cussing and ready to tear stuff up. If they come in numbers, they're going to shake the politicians. They are frustrated because every time they look up, even they see their parents struggling. They see their grandparents struggling. Every time they try to have something, it's being taken away from us through bills, through tax hikes. You can't even park your car on the city street. So how can the parent get to work to buy their kids what they need or give them? Everybody needs leisure. All families. You shouldn't just have to pay bills all your life. You should be able to go to Disneyland if you want to. You should be able to go out. These kids see this. We can't take our kids to a baseball game and get front row seats because of the system. The system created this zoo that we're living in, and yet we shake these political people's hands. You told a guy today, the word politician is liar. We shake these liars' hands and we let them come in our neighborhood and preach this fakeness to us. But these kids see this. They see it, but they feel that they're powerless, and the only way to, hey, we just gonna take, we don't care no more. We gonna die anyway. We might as well just have fun doing what we do. That's the mindset that they have because the system created this hell that we're in. It's the system.
Okay. Okay. I got another caller. Let's see who this is. Is that Robert again? I think it's Robert. He stayed on. Okay. Now listen, people. We're going to switch gears a little bit. Marcus, you're correct. Let's go to that armored truck robbery on what happened yesterday at Walmart. Now, what are your thoughts? Let me start with Sarge. And now the word is it was all, hold on, just give you a little education real quick. The word is it was all women. That's what the word in the area said. It was all women. Now, how true that is, I don't know. Okay. All right, but go ahead.
Well, with that situation like that, I mean, they're going on the John Dillinger mindset. They asked John Dillinger, why do you rob banks? He said, because that's where the money is. You know what I mean? So if they're willing to risk doing something and having the federal government after them, hey, go ahead. Because, see, they've learned and realized, how much time are you going to get for robbing a bank? How much time are you going to get for sticking up a corner grocery store? Do you stick up a corner grocery store, oh, you're going to get that dub. You're getting 20. You rob a bank, you might get 5 to 10. You see what I'm saying? It's the level of the crime. Exactly. See, you have theft, and then you got that slick word, embezzlement. When the last time you heard somebody that embezzled money, which is the same thing you stole, they did 20 to life? You ain't heard it. So it looks to me as if these young black people are elevating their crime game to get up into the white collar crime game. That's just what I see, you know, because they're not stupid. They're like, well, I can go rob the bank.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you believe the white man had a play in this, hand in this behavior?
In this behavior? Most definitely, Martin.
Well, explain it to me.
Explain it very simple. You set in place policy. You set in place the guidelines. You set in place the fundings in certain communities. So communities that are underfunded, people are going to act a certain way to get said funding to keep up with people that have funding. So it's definitely systematic. Now, you know as well as I do, you know, I'm a Republican and I have no shame in telling anybody that. But the truth is like rain. It don't give a damn who it fall on. Now, if you are in control of the money and the policies and this and that for different communities, you set the behavior patterns, especially with things costing what they cost right now. The inflation situation and all of that. Black folk ain't got nothing to do with that. Black folk don't control Wall Street. They don't control the Federal Reserve Bank, which is putting the interest rates up. They're talking about doing another hike. Interest rates out of control. You have people that want to buy houses that can't because they can't afford the high interest rate that they're going to put on them for a doggone fixed rate loan to buy a home.
All right, hold it right there, Sarge. 4154. Go ahead, caller.
Mark, yeah, I just wanted to say yes. I heard that it was women robbed the Harman car truck yesterday, but times is getting hard. The rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poor. And I totally agree with everything Sarge said. Pretty soon we ain't gonna be able to pay rent or mortgage. Because they don't care about us.
Tell it, sister.
Okay. All right. I got a question for each and every last one of you guys. I'm going to go down the line. I got a good question. Okay. If you had something to take away from our teenagers, what would you do? Give me one thing. I don't need 2 or 3 things. If you had something to take away from a teenager, what would it be? I'm going to start with you, Sarge. 912. Come on. Name me one thing that you would take away.
What would I take away from them?
Yeah.
All of that time on that phone.
Hold it right there. That's it. Going to the next person. 0152. If you had some things to take away from a teenager, what would you take? Name me one thing.
I would take away all that negative music that's controlling them.
Okay. So Sarge said that time. What you said, Sarge? What was your statement?
Do like I do with my grandkids. Take them cell phones, put them in a box. They sit right here.
Okay, hold it right there.
I put them on phone time out when they visited me.
And Marcus, you said take away.
Go outside and climb a tree, fall, hurt
hold
yourself.
Hold it, Sarge. Hold it. Marcus, you said take away the video games or the music?
That negative music.
Okay, hold it right there. All right, 7956. If it was one thing that you had to take away from teenagers, what would that be? Name me one thing.
Circle of friends that they hang with.
Okay.
That exhibit bad behavior.
Okay. 872. I believe that's Robert. What would you name me one thing that you would take away from teenagers? One thing.
Limit their time off of the computer. Because some of the stuff that's happening, they can go on the internet and talk to some friends. So limit the internet usage time.
Okay.
4154. Like they do at the library.
Okay. 4154. Name me one thing that you would take away from teenagers.
The whole phone.
Whole phone. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to reverse it now. Name me one thing that you would suggest that teenagers should do. Sarge.
I can't really suggest what a teenager should do from a teenage mind, okay? I can only address that question from an adult perspective.
Well,
we as adults...
Sarge, you just told me what you would take away from them. No, you just told me what you just told me what you would take away from.
Yeah, I said what I take away from them.
Now, what would you give to? What would you give to a teenager? What would you recommend?
Oh, what would I give to them? Oh, I got that. Oh, yes. What would I give to them? All right. Give them a sense of value looking at something that they've created, like I do with my grandkids. See? It's like, hey, look, you see that there? We're going to get some wood, some screws, some nails, some hammers. We're going to build something.
Okay.
Nothing. We finna build something. Y'all can play basketball on it. Okay. And they get a sense of accomplishment from achieving. Wow.
Sarge, hold it. Okay, you got to answer. Come on, Marcus. What would you give?
What would I give to them?
Hold on, Marcus. The point, this is what I'm showing you. This is what I'm trying to prove. If we could take something away from teenagers, what would we replace it with? Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
I would teach them a trade that would benefit them. But let me also say this. I said I would take away the negative music. I would show them how to make positive music because music is powerful. And if a teenager come out with a positive song, it's going to change the perspective of a lot of these teenagers. So I would teach them how to make positive music. And I will teach them something that's going to benefit them. I'm dying to teach some teenagers photography. It's fun. Okay. They need to learn it.
7956. Go ahead, caller. What would you give to some teenagers?
Love and family structure.
Okay.
That's the main thing I can teach my teenagers. Love and structure.
Robert? 872. Robert.
I'm here. I would get them involved in some church activities because we do photography at our church, and we have a praise team. We got some young kids that's on our musical band. I would get them involved in positive church activities.
Okay. 4154.
I will show them how to create their own business.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Okay. Now, what I'm just saying, when we take things away from our teenagers, we ought to be able to give them something too as well, to replace it with something. That's the point that I was trying to get out. Now, do you guys know that most of these violent crimes are young people? Is it because they're homeless? Is it because they don't have any parents, or they runaways, or they've been molested, or they confused, or they dropped out of school? What is it? God, somebody tell me, what is it? What is it?
It's a combination.
Let me
It's
hear
a combination of things, because you have some kids that come from well-to-do families, and they trying to prove themselves to the kids who actually come from environments like you just named. So that's one of the problems that I foresee.
Wow. I wasn't even recording this live, but that's okay. All right. I missed recording it. All right. Somebody said excuses. But let me just say this, people. And the brother always said, Kevin Thomas always say, it's family. As long as we got these gender wars going on, the black woman against the black man, we're not marrying, we're not connecting as a family, man, we're going to have a bunch of these problems, people. Now, look at the women.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these women, and I'm not female bashing, they got it going on, Sarge. They're educated, they have jobs, and they have homes, they have careers. But their children are no good.
That's a myth that's been doggone put out here.
Right. But a lot of women here in the city of Chicago, you have a lot of women that got it going on, professionals. I mean, got it going on.
Mm-hmm.
I see more women driving than men. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I see more women going to work than men. This is what I see. Now, but what I see is I see a lot of single mothers that's doing great financially, but when it comes to family, they're doing a horrible job because they have no one there to help, assist. Their children buck wild.
Exactly, Martin. It's like everybody has it's gender roles. And I get a lot of pushback on this. Okay. I'm the man. I am the disciplinarian. I am the last go-to person to say yes or veto. I'm that one. See, I come from the days of the scariest things that a woman could do. You out of control? Okay, I'm going to call you daddy. That straightened that right on up. See, those days are gone. Those days need to be gone. See, now you had the sister on here that said, I would, loving, nurturing, teaching them how to start their own business, this and that. The most important thing that she said was her gender role, the love and the nurture. Because I tell you, like in my backyard, I got the pit. Had grandkids, so I'm like, oh, you getting out of control, boy? You going in the pit. That's a little dugout area. I'll put a little safety helmet on them with the boxing gloves and take them out there in that backyard and wear that out. And normally I'll take a two-piece, one to the stomach, one to the head. The third thing, they on the ground. I'm like, get up. You trying to man up? Get up. Now that's for the woman to come, oh, come here, baby, let me out. Oh, you're hurt. That's when the tenderness comes in. But they learn. You can't just be any kind of way you want to be, okay? You need to know your place in this world. See, all of that is gone when Black women were fed this myth that they could raise boys into being men, blah, blah, blah. They've been told that Black men out here are valueless and all of that.
Sorry.
And if you look at, hold on, one thing, Martin, 30 seconds, and I'm done.
No.
Can I say something?
No, hold it. Marcus was raised by a
Yes.
single woman.
Yep.
Yeah, I was too, Mark. My father died when I was 3.
Okay, so we shouldn't say that a woman can't raise or teach a male, a boy. We shouldn't say that, Sarge.
Because that's a lie.
We should
Okay,
say,
brother, who was your male influence?
Can I say something on that?
No, let the
who was my male influence? Let me tell you something. I watched the guys on the block. I wasn't attracted to the drug dealers. We had them on the block too. I watched the neighbors who got up and went to work. I watched the man across the street who worked at Ford City as a landscaper, how neat he kept his grass. And when they showed me respect, that made me want to do right. But my mother brought positive men around me. My father was in my life now. He wasn't in the same house, but he kept popping up in my life. And my father wasn't about that street life. So some of these women get with the wrong men. Some of these women are raising their boys in the wrong environment. My mother raised me. I agree. But hear me out. My mother raised me in Inglewood, in one of the worst parts of Inglewood, which is now Norfolk Railroad. My mother and my auntie, they both were single mothers. They had boys. The gang wanted those boys, but they stood face to face with the gang and told the gang, you ain't getting my boy. We don't have parents like that no more. We don't have parents like that no more. And they told us, if you go out there and get locked up, you're going to stay your, excuse me, Martin, your ass right there. I'm not coming to get you. They didn't, in our community, we glorify the bad boy and the bad girl. They shamed it in my household. If you was bad, if you got an F and they knew you could do better, oh, you could do better than that. But my mother told the teacher, I don't have a problem with them at home. You won't have a problem. The teacher said after she left to her aide, that's what they all say. But I said in my mind, I'm going to prove this teacher to be a lie. Her thought, her theory to be a lie. At the end of that school year, she called my mother and said, you know your son. So we need to come off this single black women cannot raise their sons to be men, because the single black mother also raised brigadier generals who are white and presidents. It's single white mothers out here. You don't hear white men telling on the radio, on TV, I haven't heard a white man yet say that a single white woman cannot raise their white son to be a man. But the black man does it, because a screenwriter, John Singleton, put it in Boys in the Hood. That's when I first heard it. And it's been flying ever since. And that is a lie. And it's not the single mother's fault that the boy's father walked out on his responsibility. Black men need to quit walking out on their responsibility and walk into their responsibility. No one should have to take you to child support court if you know you had sex with that woman and you brought a child into this world. No one should have to do that. But it's preachers going to child support. It's police officers going to child support. It's motivational speakers going to child support court. How can you tell these teenagers not to do it? And you did it.
Well, that much is true, but the bottom line up front, you had positive male influence. That's the
I had a mother too. Bottom line up front, I had a mother who laid the law down, who told me, if your ass get caught doing something wrong, your ass is going to stay there. I'm not coming to get you. And I didn't want to stay at nobody.
I had the same thing too, but I had positive
male role models. It's a family thing. When you're loved, you're not going to do anything to hurt your loved one.
Yeah, well, that much is true. I was loved, raised with my mother, my 2 older sisters, my 2 older brothers had their own families, but they was around. What I'm saying is this: any type of way you cut the cornbread, those little boys need a positive male influence in their life to show them.
And the men
is what men do. This is manhood.
The men need to quit walking out on these little boys. These women ain't making these little boys by themselves. It's men.
I know they're not making the little boys by themselves.
So what I'm trying to say is we need to quit, because black men do this to black women, black single mothers. We need to quit doing this on the public airwaves bashing our women. We know the problem. We need to deal with it because it goes both ways. But when a man knows that you have a son and you walk out on him, that's your fault. Don't blame the woman. You did that. You made that mother a single mother. You created neighborhoods like Inglewood because you didn't man up. And not all bad kids come from single mothers or single parent households. They come from both parent households. I have taken pictures of a father teaching his 8-year-old son on Easter how to throw up gang signs. And I asked the father, you want me to shoot that? Well, yeah, we paying you to do that. I said, well, do you want me to shoot that? You're showing them? I don't believe it. Black man, by the way. And it's the same. So it goes both ways. But I see us blaming the single mother for everything. We said that a son is born to a single mother, gonna grow up to be gay or gonna be slow or whatever. None of that is true. But that's what the white man wants us to continue to think. Black women have raised America. America wouldn't be America if it wasn't for the black mother, single and non-single. They raised the country.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see what the woman.
That's your opinion, and you are free to have your opinion.
Quit walking out on their son.
Let's see.
And walk into their sons and quit making excuses for not wanting to be in their son's life. That's what the men need to quit doing.
Let's see what our sister
Didn't no other man raise me. I just gravitated to them because I liked their style. I didn't like the style of the drug dealers and the gangbangers. I liked the professional men who worked for the city, who got up and not just worked for the city, wherever they worked at. That's who inspired me.
Okay. Well,
let the sister talk. Hold on, Sarge. Let the sister talk.
I'm different, and my son was raised only by me.
Sarge, let the sister talk. Come on, sister.
Okay.
She's been patient. Come on.
I want to tell you, Sarge, that my mom has raised my brother, and my brother turned out to be a truck driver, a very good truck driver, and my brother was raised in Inglewood. So, and my grandma raised 11 boys. So don't tell me what a black woman can't do. A black woman can do it.
Well, I would
say this, Inglewood, I'm from Inglewood. I remember Inglewood when Inglewood wasn't hood.
Sarge, I'll say this. I'll say it's not healthy for a woman, a single woman, to raise their children up by themselves without a father. I'll say that.
I agree.
Now, I was raised with both parents, so I'm just saying, in the household, both parents. But it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Because there is something that both parents are lacking that the other parent can give, the other one can't. That there is something. And I think the black community is lacking in family. When I say family, I'm talking about male and female a unit. That's what I'm talking about. I believe if we can get that together, that institution, marriage institution, I think we'll be all right. If we get that number up, I think we, as a race, as a group, we can move forward on a lot of things. But as long as we have these gender wars, baby daddy, stuff like that, this all that he ain't no good, child support, it's our young children are going to be out there carjacking and shooting and killing. Because a lot of these young people, they don't have no respect for us. None. We on here half dressed, naked. Hold on. And our teenager's son and daughter is watching. They're looking. Let me tell y'all a story real quick. I got a friend. He's a mentor. He have a lot of little mentees and stuff like that. And one of his little mentees told him, man, my mama bust down. It was unbelievable.
Oh, Lord.
He called his own mother a bust down. Ain't that crazy? So parents.
Martin, that just blew.
I know.
Oh,
I'm saying. I'm just saying, this is a true story. This is a true story. So as adults, we have to watch what we say, Watch what we do and watch how we act in front of our little ones because they see it. Okay? When you think they're not paying attention, like I tell the ladies, because you have company at midnight hour when everybody's asleep, when the baby's in the room and all that, them babies know somebody in their house.
Sure enough.
They know it. Trust me. And they might even hear you in there talking. And I'm going to go a little further than that. They might hear you in there having sex.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because when it's quiet at nighttime, and when the TV's off,
sound travel.
Sound travel. That's right, Marcus. Well, you said, well, Martin, stay out of my bedroom. I ain't in your bedroom. I'm telling you what's right, factual. Why you think these your little sons and daughters, little demons, out here robbing Walmart, armored trucks, demons, shooting out with the security guard at Walmart and the truck armor guards. Demons, demonic. And what we do as parents, some of us, I'm saying parents now, we turn a blind eye to this bad behavior what our children are doing. We have these ungodly conversations in front of our babies. We talking about what we going to do in the bedroom, and our youngsters listening. They catching on. People,
at least back in the day, they heated.
Yeah, if we neglect the family institution, we're going to be lost. We know the white supremacists, they attack the family. I'm telling you. And I want to say this to my women. I love y'all. But you could never be a man. Never. And I want to say this to the men. You could never be a woman. I don't care how much you dress up like one. I don't care how much you are shaped like one. But you could never be one. You can only mimic a man. Let me say this. Well, Martin, when I was born, I've always thought this way. Well, your thinking was wrong. If a lot of us do what we think in our mind, it wouldn't be nobody left on earth. Trust me. It wouldn't be. So it take the family. Hold on, Mark. It take.
Oh, your volume went out for a little bit, Mark.
I did.
Yeah. Whatever you said for the last 30 seconds, you're going to have to repeat that.
They cut you off.
Oh, they cut me off when I talk about
They cut you off. As soon as you start talking about Hot Pockets and Pikachu.
Yeah.
There you go. As soon as you start talking about the Hot Pockets, it just went mute.
It went dead.
Mm-hmm.
See how they got
me
there? See, they got me censored.
See there?
And hold on. First of all, I didn't say anything bad about that. I just said one could be. Hold on. No, that's truth. That ain't bad. That's truth.
I know, but the truth is bad, Mark. Yeah, you said the truth, and that's the truth.
Well, that's what we do here.
They're trying to ignore.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Shame the devil.
That's what we do. They need not to listen in.
So you got muted.
That's sick, man. Marcus, go ahead.
Well, basically, I was gonna say you telling the truth. I mean, you're telling it like it is, and some of these parents. I'll tell you this story. You remember the riots broke out, right?
Right.
And we was all looking to buy some cheap goods, right? So I bought this light from this little boy who I knew who would play ball. He used to play ball for John Hope. He was a good kid, so I thought. But he sold me a light far more than what it actually cost. It was an old light. He sold me a light that he had stole out of Central Camera. He sold me a light. His mother was in on it with him. When I paid him, trusted him, went home, went in my garage thinking I got a little light. I had a box with plastic wrapping. His mother was with him. So here's what I'm trying to say. Some of these parents are in with their kids stealing. Some of these parents are in with their kids dealing the dope, as long as they paying the bill, as long as they wearing fine clothes. Some of the parents are in the criminal, business with their kids. They smoke the dope with their kids. They do all of this. You have, my mother's boss told her one time, you have gang families. Your kids, y'all wasn't raised like that. Y'all not no gang family. But you have gang families. When Robert Sandifer got killed, and when he took that little girl out here,
yummy.
he came from a gang family. He came from a gang family. You have whole families going all the way back to the great-grandfather that was in a gang. And so some of these kids know is the gang. One kid told me that he didn't believe in God. He believed in his gang. And I said, well, why don't you believe in God? He said, well, see, you was taught to believe in God. I was taught not to believe in God at home. So your first lessons are at home. And that's why the teachers are struggling. That's why the mentors are struggling. That's why the preachers are struggling, because the kid at the end of the day is listening to the ones that brought them into the world. They learn their first lesson at home. And if the parents are speaking the wrong thing into their head, as my fourth grade teacher said, if you fill up a cup with bad water, it's going to pour out bad water. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. All right, people, we're going to close.
I just seen something on the news here. Father and son facing charges after high-speed chase down I-85 in a Charger. When they pulled the car over, it's smoking because they hit something. They had all types of narcotics, money, and weapons. The both of them, father and son. This Georgia, they don't play with you. They will send you off forever and a day.
Okay. All right. We're going to close.
Done.
We're going to get last closing comments. I'm going to start with my sister first. 4154. Go ahead. Closing comments. We out of here. What happened? All right. Come on, Robert. 872. Closing comments. Say anything you want to say.
Hello, y'all there?
Yeah, go ahead, Robert.
Y'all there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. If there's one thing that I could do, which I do, like when I'm at Bible class, I run into these young brothers. I always invite them to church. Some of my pastors, and we have a young pastor who has a vision of helping kids. Having basketball at the House of Hope every Sunday at the church. Have food, fellowship. Just training up these kids, teaching them. Okay. And that's what I'm going to continue to do every time I'm out going to Salem Baptist Church. I run into them, invite them to church, and they come. It could be 10 of them, but, that one going to follow. That one going to follow.
Okay.
If you just treat them with love.
Okay. All right, 7956.
Yeah, Martin, I just want to say, have conversations with your children. I'm talking about daily conversations with your kids. Get connected with your children. Know what they're doing, who they're hanging with, and try to get involved in their life. I've had many conversations with my daughter when she was little. She did rebel a little bit, but now she's in college, getting ready to graduate in November, and I'm very proud of my daughter. But it starts from the home and then spreads abroad. So we just get involved in our children's life, be a positive role model to our children, and then our children will be a blessing to us in the long run. And that's all I got to say.
All right, Marcus. Then Sarge. Go ahead, Marcus.
Bring back the family dinner table conversation. Shut down the cell phone. Let's take it back to the 80s when we didn't have those cell phones, Facebook and all that. Bring back that family dinner table. I would say this. There were things that I tried to keep from my mother that I didn't want to tell her. And she knew when something wasn't right about me, even my auntie, because at one time we lived in the same apartment together, me and my cousin. They knew when something was wrong with me, and they would take me through the interrogation till I caved in and told them, bring back those conversations. Your kids need you. You don't just have them and dress them. They need to be loved. They need to be talked to. They need to tell you how their day went in school. Because if they don't tell you, they're going to tell somebody else, and somebody else will give them the wrong advice. My advice to you as a parent is to have that dinner time moment, even if you order a pizza. But cook for your kids and sit at the dinner table and talk to them. Don't always let them be with their friends. Have family moments. Take your kids out. It costs nothing to take them out. We live in a beautiful city and state. Take them out. Get to know your kids.
Mm-hmm. All right,
and you can stop a lot of this.
Sarge, take us on home. You're the last person. Take us on home.
All right. Gender roles were doggone designated for a reason. Stay in your lane with your children. Don't go absent because, well, me and a woman ain't getting along, so, that don't get you off the hook, brother. You better be there for that child. That's your responsibility. That's a you responsibility, not society or nobody else. That's a you responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Gender roles. They are designated for a reason. That's like with my son. I'm going to keep this 30 seconds short. You know I was a very popular DJ in this house music thing, and it's a lot of groupies that come along with that. But you know what? The only females my son can say he's seen his daddy with, I was married to. My weekends with him was with him. Francesca and Jaleesa and they wasn't coming over to, you don't want me to meet your son. No, if my son end up growing up being a doggone guy that goes woman to woman to woman to woman, he can't look and reflect back. Man, daddy was a Mac boy. Dad had all these minus the word that he was banging out. No, he didn't learn that from me. See? Adult behavior shouldn't be presented in children's eyes.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sarge. We're going to leave it right there.
Thank you. And Martin, if you weren't recording, download this because it's on your Facebook screen, right?
I'm going to download it. It's on YouTube, too. I'm going to download it. I know that.
Yeah, download it. You can upload it right back on your YouTube page.
Right. It's on my YouTube. I'm going to download it.
Yeah, I've been trying to get people to, I'm like, go subscribe to this man's YouTube channel. Watch the video.
Man, you know, they listen. In due time, they'll come. In due time.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to help where I can.
Yeah, I appreciate it. All right.
You and Derek Washington.
All right.
Well, Donald Washington, rather.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, life in the shot, unedited. All right, people. This is where we tell the truth and what? Tell the truth. And what? And shame the devil. I don't know about you. I love being black. I'm going to say that again. I love being black. I love being black. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. It's a wonderful show. Tomorrow, we will be having a guest on, Mark Wallace, 10 by 10 to win. And he's going to give us an update, a flyer, and let you guys know that we're going to be having a meeting sometime in the next couple of weeks. He got the site put up for us and everything. So it's going to be interesting, but we need us to show up. If you want to do something about your situation, you can't do it by yourself. The crime chaser can't do it by himself. We need each other. All right? We need each other. We definitely need each other. So thank y'all for tuning in. This is Live Uncut, and I'm out.